Hi everyone. So today we're going to be doing the 1960s. I personally am very, very excited about this one. It is one of my favorite historical looks, and I wish it was more socially acceptable to wear it in public today. So we're going to get started right away here with my base. Okay, so now I have gotten my base foundation color on, and I'm just going to be blending that into my skin to kind of keep a neutral look. Again, like I've mentioned in every video you have watched so far, this is really important, especially if we're doing anything in theater, because light is not flattering, especially on the stage. Okay, so now I have set my base. Everything's looking pretty neutral, and I'm going to go in with my translucent powder and just set it. Make sure you're not too shiny or oily. Okay, so the primary focus for the makeup in the 60s was the eyes. So when I'm going in and doing my brows, I truly am not going to be doing much, kind of just giving it some definition, filling it in. Again, we're doing this on stage, so you're going to want to have a little bit of something, but you're not drawing a crazy shape. You're not going to be using 800 products. Just kind of filling it in, defining it, making it look a little more put together. Okay, so I've got my brows done. Again, nothing super exciting. This is just kind of how I would do them every day. So with the 60s, something really cool that came out of it was the banana line. There's two different kinds of looks that were like mostly done in the 60s, but like the one near at the beginning of the 60s, it was very, very similar to like 40s, 50s, very subtle, very glamorous, nothing, exciting. Stuff starts getting exciting when Twiggy out of London comes up with this look that like everybody wants. And it's like aggressively focused on color and lashes and this signature line. So I'm going to do that for you today. And how I normally do it, I'm doing blue because, again, color, fun. You're going to literally just follow the crease of your lid and do the banana line. So I'm going to do this on one eye and I'll be right back and show you how to do the other one. I should probably mention the color I'm using is the Annabelle Free Spirit liner. And oh goodness, what color are you? You know what? You don't have a color, so we're just gonna call you turquoise. This like whole technique is very, very similar to a thing that is kind of cool nowadays, where like people are like, I am really good at makeup, so I'm gonna do this now. Which like, if you're a makeup artist like myself, God, I sound like I'm flexing. I'm not, but like the cut crease, like where you do like clear lid and just like shadow around like your socket bone there seems to be the trendy thing. But again, non-makeup people go in and they're like, ooh, concealer. Anyways, this is a different rant, but I'm gonna finish with my blue. Kind of just that's something you can think of when you're doing this technique is do not touch the lid. Okay, so I've completed the banana line. Again, you kind of get the name because of the shape. It looks like a banana. Um, don't panic if you can't do this well the first time. It has taken me forever to be able to do this. I'm kind of going to go in now just to set it because this eyeliner is great, but it's liner, so it's going to start like doing a peely thing. I'm going to go in with this like turquoisey blue palette here. It's the Morphe 35C palette. I like this one because it's a rainbow, so recommend it. Actually pretty cheap. Kind of just going to go in now and set my line. Okay, so I got my banana line. It's really common to feel discouraged doing this. You will feel discouraged. Do not worry. As one of my very favorite makeup teachers said to me, they're not sisters, they are friends. So they're not the same. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in with a white now and I will show you that product. Okay, so we're using this Jeffree Star palette again. Again, terrible guy, great makeup. So the color I'm using is Glucose. And this is an amazing color. I hate admitting it, but it is. It's the most pigmented white I've ever used. So I'm just running this on my lid. Now is your permission to touch the lid. Yeah, you're gonna get fallout. Thank goodness it's white and it blends off easily, but we're just gonna kind of fill in the lid with this. I'm gonna repeat this step on both eyes and I'll be back to you. And there you go. That is literally it for the eyeshadow. You could even get the boys to do it because unfortunately I have found that men tend to have a steadier hand and it sucks, but it's true. So now I'm gonna go in with the eyeliner. It wasn't anything exciting, so don't panic. It gets easier, kind of. Okay, so I got my eyeliner. I personally am a fan of felt tips. I literally have no idea what brand this is. Rimmel. Cool. Okay. As you can tell, not very particular. I like felt tips. So we are not trying to like take away from the shadow. The big thing here is shadow, lashes. Liner is just a thing to make your eyes look wider, which is kind of like the whole point of this look is I have very deep set eyes, and I don't know if you've noticed, but my eyes have gone woo since doing this. That's the point. Twiggy was onto something. So I'm just gonna do my eyeliner and then I'll be back. Okay, there we go. One eye done. It's nothing crazy. Didn't even do a wing. I did a tiny little flick. You can get spicy with that, but that's it. You're kind of just emphasizing that. Now, something really important here is because we're going to be getting into lashes. I know, scary, but you're going to want to do the waterline, which something I kind of learned in makeup school is you take someone's lid, pop it up, and then you just go like that. So you're not actually touching someone's eyeball because people panic when you say that. So you just pop it and you're going in between the lashes. Kind of essential when you're doing white and blue. So yeah, I'm going to do that on both eyes and I'll be back for the lash time. Okay, so something I kind of forgot to mention because we're not perfect. Um, Bottom liner. So this was kind of the thing. You want a big bug eyes because it was cute at the time. I still think it's cute. But if you look at someone's eyeliner, at someone's lash line, there is a very naturally kind of faint dark line, especially if you're fair like me. It's easy to see. But what you're doing is you're just going under the lashes and naturally following that line. So you're not even going into the waterline. That's kind of all I did. Close. That's it. Very easy. And this is why I recommend liquid because if you're doing this with a crayon, smudge city. Smudge city. Okay, gonna repeat this on the inside and then I'll be back to do lashes. Okay, so I've got my liner done. Kind of looking like Captain Jack Sparrow, but that's why we're going into the lashes now. So I'm gonna curl that and then just apply mascara like you would tops and bottoms. This is very, very important because we'll get into lashes later. So I find when I'm doing this, sometimes I can see little spots I missed with the eyeliner and where you can see the gap between the lashes. So once this is all done, you can go back in and look where you see any gappies. If you're a perfectionist like myself, kind of just fill those in. It's really not a big deal, but you know, we're going for the full Twiggy vibe here. So, okay. So now that I've done my lashes, I am going to go in with false lashes. Now, this isn't a necessary step if it's going to be on stage and it's far away, but since we're trying to be fancy, I'm gonna do it. Um, my technique for doing this is really weird. Um, wouldn't recommend using myself as someone to follow to apply lashes. There are hundreds of other people out there who are much better at it than myself, but I'm gonna do it and I will show you. Okay, so when you are getting a new pair of eyelashes, you always want to bend them, and these ones are relatively new. So, as you can see, these are massive for my eyeball. So I'm just going to trim that little excess off. I always do this. It's really hard when they're not glued down, but there, there's excess. So you trim it off, then we're going to apply it. Okay, so I have put a stripe of glue along the band of this lash. You want to wait about 5-10 seconds for it to get tacky. Do not put it on right away. It's not a good idea. It's just gonna get glue all in your eye, wreck your whole look. Not not recommended. I'm gonna be honest. This took me a really, really, really long time to learn. I used to sit in front of my mirror and peel it and put it back on, peel it and put it back on until I started getting it. I still screw up sometimes. I am not the best when I put it on other people. I got really shaky hands. So yeah, practice makes perfect. If I wasn't a musical theater kid, I would have never figured this out. But you can do it. Be confident in yourself. So I'm gonna put this one on and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so I got these on here. Now what we're gonna do is do the bottom lashes. So There's two different ways you can do this. You can do the easier way, which is to draw it on with the black liner pencil again and over accentuate them, or you can do both, which I'm gonna try to do, which is I'm gonna take my individual lashes and add more lashes to make them more bug-eyed, cool looking. And yeah, so I'll do that and I'll get back to you. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to be going into like our complexion. Again, so in the 60s, this is kind of when lashes started becoming big, like false lashes. This was actually to emphasize a flapper effect. For a blush, we're going to be sticking with kind of peachy pinky colors, which same thing for the lipstick. Everyone kind of wanted to get the London look, and interestingly enough, that pale peachy color that we're going to use on our lips is still one of the number one colors sold today. So I'm going to grab mine and we'll be back. Okay, so the color I'm going to be using today is a liquid lipstick. Again, this would have never been used in the 60s, but just to get the color accurate, this is Bleached by Lime Crime. And the shape, nothing too extravagant, was just kind of the rounded lip that we would use today. And the lips were meant to be a nude pink just because the focus was on the eyes. Okay, so I'm going to finish up with my lips and I'll get back to you when our look is done. So this is our look for the 60s. I really enjoyed this. I wish I could get away with wearing these crazy bottom lashes and top lashes all the time, but you know, times have changed. I will see you in the next video where I'm going to be joined by my friend Ashton Sample, a certified expert on the 80s and a fellow makeup lover. So we're going to do our own kind of versions of the 80s and you'll get to see two different looks. So I'll see you then.